Hello everyone. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Happy Tuesday, as always. Let me get a volume check on this real quick, and then we will begin. Okay. It wasn't connected to the right desktop speaker for some reason, but now it should be good. Let me do one more thing. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. We're going to continue on Necrobarista, and like this stream says, we are going to be doing the finale today. It's a bit shorter than I thought it was, but that's okay. A long loading screen. This game is very fun. It looks very pretty, but it's not optimized very well. You're gonna freeze, or you gonna... Come on, game. I believe in you. There we go. Okay, so... I don't think I looked at any of these extra stories we can do yet, so let me go ahead and check those out. Let's see if we can do this one. Ooh, we can. Something down under. Come on, I want to show you something. For a moment, Tuan thought of grabbing Hannah by the hand to lead her, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. Something about the idea of holding her hand seemed simultaneously too childish and too intimate for him to try this early in the night. Oh, where are you taking me? Said Hannah. Someplace cool, said Tuan. He located a ladder leading down from the lower level and gestured. After you. And now you're asking me to be the first one to jump into the gaping maw of whatever monsters might be lurking down there. Hannah shook her head ruefully. Where have all the gentlemen gone? Tuan smirked. I think gentlemen might say ladies first. And I think a lady might say, I'll stand quietly behind you while you deal with the street ruffian. Go ahead, barrel face first into danger. I'll follow behind. Well, said Tuan, technically, I'm going feet first. You know, going down verticality and all that. My head is actually the last part of me that will be arriving on the lower level. Are we going to keep standing here bantering, or are you going to show me whatever's down there? Said Hannah. You seem enthused by the idea only a few moments ago. I guess I just got too distracted by your cattiness. Hannah got on the ladder on top of Tuan. Don't look up. Trust me, you won't get the show you're expecting if you do. Fine. Tuan descended the ladder, keeping his gaze decidedly horizontal. After arriving on the level below, he steadied his feet until Hannah landed beside him. Hannah joined him in steadying his feet. Oh, please don't tell me you're one of those freaks who's obsessed with his sneakers. Nah, said Tuan. Just the kind who finds that the sight of his own shoelaces is a safe distraction for whatever he's trying to avoid looking at. Oh, good, said Hannah. Did you hear about that brawl in Darwin? No, said Tuan. Well, it was actually Darwin, California. You know, These international news sites always trying to sucker me into reading about stories about what's happening in America. Anyway, nobody was hospitalized, but several kids walked away from that store with black eyes to show their friends. I can understand that collectibles are a big deal, but come on, we live in a society. I don't think I'll ever understand sneakerheads. Wait, that's actually a thing? Wait, that's actually a thing? Said Tuan. Yeah, said Hannah. You didn't know about it? It's really big with the hip youngsters. I guess I don't pay very close attention to the behavior of hip youngsters. Well, that was evident from the moment I laid eyes on you, said Hannah. But you seem adventurous enough. Maybe one day you'll encounter one of them. On that note, what are we here to see? Tuan led Hannah to one of the portholes of the room they were in. Look at this. Whoa, that is indeed a porthole. No, I mean, what's on the other side? Yep, said Hannah. That certainly is water on the other side of that porthole. Hold on, said Tuan. There's supposed to be a... He trailed off. A what? I don't want to spoil the surprise, said Tuan. Well, you have effectively replaced my awe and wonder of seeing the see-through porthole in the basement of a Melbourne cafe with a feeling of disappointment that I'm not seeing whatever it is that I'm supposed to be seeing. Tuan checked several of the other portholes. This is weird. It's usually... The sound of something landing behind them caused Tuan and Hannah to spin around and face the ladder they'd just climbed down. A girl with twin tails stood up from a crouching stance and dusted herself off. Did you just jump down? Said Tuan. Yep, said the girl. It's only 10 meters. And to think that we wasted our time climbing down the ladder like schmucks, said Hannah. So, Tuan stood, gawking at the girl for a few moments. Sorry, I don't remember your name. I'm Ashley, said the girl. I guess turnabout is fair play, because I don't remember your name either. It's Tuan. And I'm Hannah. Do you two know each other? Hannah said to Tuan as she pointed at Ashley. Yes, said Tuan. We know each other so well that we greet each other by asking each other what our names are. That's a great greeting ritual, said Hannah. We should try to popularize it. You know, normalizing introducing yourself by name, even to people you met before. I bet it would save some people from a lot of awkwardness. Not everyone is good with names, you know. That's a great idea, said Ashley. I'm going to start doing that. Hannah shot a glance at Tuan, and he grinned. So, what are you doing down here? Said Hannah. Here to kick us out? Is this a no-patron zone? No, it's no problem, said the girl. But I was eavesdropping. Tuan's eyes widened, and he looked at Hannah, but Hannah seemed to be more amused than upset at Ashley's appearance. And, said Ashley, it sounded like you weren't seeing what you wanted to be seeing, so I thought I'd come down and take you lower. Oh, where am I being taken now? Said Hannah. About 1,000 fathoms is when things start to get interesting. How much is 1,000 fathoms? Said Hannah. Ashley paused. It's about 1,800 meters, said Tuan. Sounds like a lot of climbing, said Hannah. Guess I should have bought better ladder climbing shoes. That sounds like the lament of a non-sneakerhead. Oh, no need to climb, said Ashley. Just hang on a sec. Ashley walked up to a panel with several mechanical levers, and after several moments, the water outside the porthole began changing hue. What was that? Said Hannah. Swordfish, said Ashley. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a sailfish, said Tuan. I'm pretty sure you made that up, said Hannah. No, really, said Tuan. They're a marlin, and they have long bill like swordfish, but they also have a broad, erect dorsal fin. If you had left the word erect out of that sentence, I might have believed you, said Hannah. No, he is probably right, said Ashley. I've seen him down here with marine biology books. He's a huge nerd, so I'd definitely trust his word over mine. Well, I'm glad that's settled, said Hannah. The part about you being a nerd, I mean. I think the sailfish with an erect dorsal fin still sounds kind of sketchy to me. Eventually, the room stopped descending, and Hannah looked outside the portal. Now I see what you're excited about. There's a lot of stuff going on down here. Hey, nerd boy. What's this one called? Tuan tried to follow Hannah's pointing finger. Which one are you pointing at? Oh, sorry. Always yawning. Which one are you pointing at? That shark-looking thing. It looks like it's as big as a whale. Oh, said That's a whale shark. See, said Hannah. I knew you were just making up names. No, that one's right, said Ashley. That's one of the few ones I know, because it's so easy to remember. It's a cross between a whale and a shark. A whale shark. So, said Hannah, this is the level of the ocean where interspecies romance happens. There isn't actually any whale DNA in a whale shark, said Tuan. It just has that name because of its size. It's the largest known species of fish. Hannah shook her head. First, it's a whale shark, then there's a shark, and now it's a fish. Tuan, the thing you need to know about making stuff up is that you need to stick to one version of the story. Sharks are fish, said Tuan. You didn't know that? They have gills. I'm kind of surprised you didn't know. I don't think you're the one who should be surprised by any of this, said Hannah. Everything that you've shown me down here is thoroughly weird. Me not knowing that sharks are fish? That seems very normal to me. Hey, Ashley. Did you know that sharks are fish? Nope, said Ashley. This is my first time hearing it too. Must be another made-up Tuan fact about marine biology, said Hannah. Tuan shrugged his shoulders. I guess so. Truth is, I'm just really creative and good at making up so-called facts. Part about me being a nerd who spends all his time studying marine biology must be a lie. No, I still believe that part, said Hannah. Me too, said Ashley. The trio stood for a few moments, wavering between looking out the porthole and looking at each other. Awkwardness hit just a few seconds before Ashley spoke up. Anyway, I figured this is where you want to hang out, so here you go, 2,000 fathoms. Give me a holler if you want to go deeper. Ashley walked to the ladder and disappeared through the hole in the ceiling. Ooh, interesting. I would like to have a porthole to look through the sea at all times. Can we do Ashley's inventions? I don't know if we, I think we did the first Ashley's inventions. I'm not sure, to be honest. What about a letter from Sophie Cordova? Oh, this is the, that will help us start the next story. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I feel like there's... should be more than 2 extra stories. Oh, there's one. Tankerry 10. Definitely don't have enough for that one. What about this? Nope. No, we did do Ashley's Inventions 1. Oh, there's one too. Fate of Icarus. Oh, we can do this one. Ooh, we finally get a Shay. I don't think we've gotten any of his. Let me get a drink real. The first thing Shay noticed when he enters Ashley's work... Let me start over. Whoa. The first thing Shay noticed when he entered Ashley's workshop was that her workbench was not in its usual place. It had been pushed up against the wall. The second thing he noticed was that Ashley was sitting on the bench, her back slumped against the wall, evidently still feeling the effects of a caffeine crash. Hey, said Ashley. But her eyes didn't move up to meet his. That wasn't like Ashley. She usually greeted people with her eyes before greeting them with her voice. Hey kiddo, said Shay. You doing okay? I am okay. If feeling tired and achy and yet somehow unable to rest is okay, said Ashley. My mind is still amped up, but unable to do anything productive. Why do I feel like this, Shay? Is this my life now? Am I going to be okay? Shay stepped up next to Ashley's workbench and seated himself next to her. I tell you relax, but it sounds like you're already trying and failing. So, maybe it's okay to be amped up and also tired? It's kind of the worst, said Ashley. To be tired, but also incapable of resting. Shay smiled. Tired, but also incapable of resting, described how he felt on most days. It had become such a familiar part of his condition that he forgot what it was like to be young, to to have the kind of energy that Ashley always seemed to be brimming me with. I think you'll still have to get used to that, kiddo, said Shay. I think you're just getting an early taste of what being an adult is like. That's not reassuring at all, said Ashley. You feel like this every day? If you came here to comfort me, you're doing a terrible job. Shay frowned. He always considered himself a good teacher, but he'd come to learn that mentoring someone required skills simply beyond teaching them a skill. When it came to comforting people in times of crisis, he always seemed to manage to find the right words. On day-to-day matters, however, well, said Shay, I think I spend a lot of days feeling how you feel right now. But luckily, this will pass for you. And look at it this way. You've learned something today, didn't you? Yes, said Ashley. Maddie is in possession of a powerful potions that can yield devastating effects, and she disguises them under innocent-sounding names like espresso. Shay nodded, more not prompting her to continue than to display. But also, you have a terrible bedside manner. Well, but you weren't forced to drink the coffee, were you? No, I did that to myself, said Ashley. Is that what you wanted me to say? You were right, Shay. I tried something new for the first time, and now I get to spend the rest of my life regretting it. Try a few hours, said Shay. I'm pretty sure the regret will wear off as soon as you recover from this caffeine crash. After that, hopefully it'll be codified in part of your brain that hesitates just a little bit when you're tempted to ask for a third or fourth espresso shot. Ashley continued looking straight ahead. Point remains. Trying new things can be hazardous to your health. Actions have consequences, and the consequences can feel real bad. She opened her mouth and made a noise that was halfway between a gasp and a yawn, like someone who had too much carbon dioxide in their bloodstream and didn't know how to correct that problem without making a face that resembled a fish. Thanks for the lesson, Shay. I'm never going to try ingesting anything new ever again. Shay frowned again and tried his best to course correct back to something that resembled a useful lesson. That's nice and all, but I don't think that avoiding new and novel drinks is going to protect you from encountering harm again. Right, which is why I'm not limiting it to drinks, said Ashley. No new foods. I've got a decent enough palate anyway. I think I'm good sticking to the same dozen or so meals for the rest of my life. Shay looked at Ashley and hesitated for a moment. He wasn't sure what words of wisdom he could impart to the girl, but he was pretty sure that words weren't the only way to get someone out of a stump. Ashley, stand up. He stood up himself for fear of looking unwilling to follow his own advice. Why? Said Ashley. Because you can. I can't, said Ashley. All the more reason to stand up, said Shay. You should stand up to prove that you can. And if you can't, well, that's good to know, too. Ashley groaned and twisted so that she was lying down on the workbench. Shay was about to object, but then she started rolling up the workbench and plopped onto... Ouch. Shay watched Ashley, not reaching down to offer her a hand. If she was capable of saying ouch, she was capable of asking for help if she needed it. Several painful moments later, Ashley lifted herself off the floor and shuffled backwards until she was leaning against the wall next to her workbench. See? You thought you couldn't stand, but you can. Hooray for me, I'm overjoyed, she said in a tone that was clearly far from overjoyed. You can sit down if you'd like to, said Shay, sensing that standing was actually a non-trivial feat for Ashley at this moment. She hopped back onto the workbench, but this time sat perched on the edge with her legs hanging over the edge, rather than slumped back with her back against the wall like she had been when she first walked in. That was a good sign. I don't want one bad experience to kill your sense of adventure, said Shay. Look at where my sense of adventure has gotten me, Shay. I flew too close to the sun, and now that I'm on the surface of the sun, the lights are all bright, and I feel hot and tingly all over, and I feel tired like it's summer all the time, and I really don't like it. I'm just like Icarus. That's not how the story of Icarus goes, though, said Shay. Isn't it? Icarus didn't fly to the sun, said Shay. His journey was limited to our atmosphere. He just got too close to the sun, and his wings melted. Ashley raised an eyebrow. Oh, is that what happened? Now the part at the beginning of the story where his dad tells him not to fly too close to the sun or his wings will melt makes a lot more sense. Classic foreshadowing. You're forgetting a part of the story though, said Shay. Icarus's father told him not to fly too high, or the sun would melt his wings. But he also said not to fly too low when crossing the sea, or his wings would get wet, and he would sink and drown. Wow, so Icarus flying high was actually brilliant. His wings melted, but he managed to avoid drowning. Ashley's voice was still monotone, but she was leaning forward. Well, no, said Shay. He still drowned, because after his wings melted, he crashed into the sea. Ashley gave a nod of acknowledgement. Same result, so the moral of the story is that you're doomed no matter what you do? No, said Shay. He drowned, but before he drowned, he soared. Story still ends with him drowning, said Ashley. Every story ends with death in some way, Ashley. The question isn't whether you will die or not. The question is, before you die, will you take the opportunity to see just how high you can fly? Ooh. Good question. I think we might have used all our Ashleys. Yeah, I'll save those. Well, I think we got all we can out of this room with what we have, so let's go ahead and continue the story with a letter. Need another drink of water. My dear Maddie, thank you again for getting in touch with me. Or perhaps I should say, congratulations. I make such a point of making myself hard to find that it's always a surprise to hear from anyone. I sometimes find myself fearing the day when I'll be contacted by someone who isn't a fan of mine, and who's more interested in locking me away than seeking my advice. One might think that people interested in putting me away would be more than capable and in possession of more resources than those like yourself who simply possess curiosity. And yet it's always the latter who manage to break through the veil I've erected between myself and the outside. You're the first in over 3 years to manage this, and so it is now time for me to find another hiding place. If your next letter manages to find me, I'll truly have something to worry about. If you're looking for a solution to the problem you outlined in your letter, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. My business is that of teaching people how to ask the right questions so that they can find the answer themselves, not giving the answers. After all, the most worthwhile answers are the ones I haven't found yet. That being said, your question about time transference is an issue of special interest to me. The idea of storing vitality within a living non-sentient creature, such as a plant, is one that I've long considered. This use has always been one of retrieval. If you did find a way to transfer vitality from a plant into a sentient creature, it would result in a tremendous discharge of energy. Such a great discharge that I'm sure it would kill whatever subject was on the receiving end. Absorbing life force from something doesn't seem that it would do you much good if it kills you in the process. Consequently, I've never experimented with this process myself. Even if I have earned a reputation for being a rule breaker, there are certain things that are simply off limits. Your idea of using a non-living soul as a target for transference is an interesting one. No risk of killing the vitality recipient if it's already dead. Of course, that would require finding a way to infuse a non-living soul with vitality in the first place. And being that most reanimation techniques involve a significant discharge of energy, using the vitality transfer as the trigger would effectively be killing two birds with one stone. Of course, reanimation is a far cry from necromancy. But if your only problem is one of living on borrowed time, well, you know better than I do how to solve the particulars. I'm an alchemist, not a necromancer. If I can offer you one piece of advice, these kinds of vitality transfers are not something to be experimented with. Anytime that time is barred or lent, you're making an alteration to a ledger that the powers that be keep a very careful eye on. Even the smallest of disturbances is enough to attract their notice, and attracting their notice will put a quick end to any research you might be in the midst of. So, if you're going to try vitality transfers, don't experiment. Go straight for the end goal. If you're going to catch the attention of those whose attention you do not want, make sure that the endeavor is worthwhile. If you have a good reputation, it would be a shame to squander it on something so trivial as allowing a mouse a few extra seconds on this side of mortality. As they say, go big or go home. I appreciate your taking the time to write to me. You've given me new things to pontificate on, and perhaps one day you may see the results of that pontification in one of my future volumes. Of course, it should go without saying that you won't be able to reach me again, at least not the same way you did before. I've been found, and that means I need to do a better job of covering my tracks. While I rationally hope that I'll never find myself in a position where a fan's letter finds me, there is always a part of me that hopes that one of my readers will manage to track me down. Who knows, perhaps the next letter I receive at my residence will come from you. But I'm sure that you have better things to do with your time than to try to track me down. There is a time to adopt the posture of a student and focus on learning, but it's obvious to me that you are someone who has spent plenty of time learning things, and is now ready to do things. So do things, Maddie. Do big things, do dangerous things, do things that break the rules. Not all rules need to be broken, but if you're smart enough to find me, you're smart enough to know which rules are worth breaking. I'm grateful that it's always the reader mail that seems to find me, and never the demands to appear before some kind of tribunal or committee. I used to think that this was a long string of extremely good luck on my part. But over time, I've come to realize that those who wish me gone lack the insight of the people who earnestly read my work. Readers such as yourself, who are the only ones who truly know me well enough to understand how I think and where I would hide. Bravo, Maddie. You've demonstrated your ability to think like me. Now, you must learn to think like yourself. Yours truly, Sophie Cordova. So it seems Maddie's trying to get more information. Oh, we already did this one, it looks like. Yeah, okay. Billiards we've done. It was on the Lost stream, but it was really long, and I'll save that for if you decide to play this game for yourself. Depending on how much we have left to go. Spirit Beacon linking. I will probably leave the rest of the actual little stories unread, so that if you decide to play this game for yourself, you can do them. So you'll still have some stuff to do. But I will probably go back and read them myself at some point. Alright, let's at least head on to the next chapter for now. I gotta get another drink. I'm out. I'm having trouble talking. Day 2, 10 p.m., the terminal. Hello? Ah, what was that? I said, can I get 2 lattes? Yeah, sure thing. You want those takeaway or not? For here, please. Go take a seat. I'll bring it over. Ah, crap. You right, mate? Yeah, all good. I should really get Ashley to do this. Sorry, what? Nothing. Just talking to myself. Alright. Ugh. Where's the broom? Ashley! Where's the broom? Ashley? I need a hand. Come help me. Come on, I've gotta find a broom. Atta girl. Hey, are any of your friends around? Probably. Ah! When did you teach him to do that? I didn't. That one's just weird. Uh-huh. How you doing, kiddo? Sleep deprivation's kicking in. Sometimes I feel like nobody ever sleeps in this cafe. Except Kishan. He has slept a lot since he's been here, hasn't he? It's because you keep getting him drunk. What? I haven't done that once. No, not you. I mean, you. So, not me at all, but Maddie and Ned. Gotcha. Those brigands. You're telling me. How's Maddie doing? Well... How close are we to being done? Fairly close. I'm not super worried about getting it done without Ashley either. Rad. Anyway, what were you saying? Oh, just that I think I understand everything now. And that's all. Well, I appreciate your restraint and not generously supplying me with your moral take on it. Huh. No worries. Don't want to be that guy. Dang. I'm actually gonna miss you once you're gone. Wow, those are some honest feelings coming from you. Doth thy icy facade crack? The correct word there is dost, and please, don't make me take it back. I guess you got really into the whole boatman of the river Styx thing, huh? Is that what you think I am? Kind of, yeah. Interesting. Do you not feel that way? I don't know if the metaphor is that accurate, but I can see why you draw parallels, but this place serves more as an entrance? You don't have to come here on your way to the next place, but it's on the route for sure. Just a stopping point on the highway to hell. I'm sorry, we don't allow AC/DC references in here anymore. Well, I tried. We're less on a highway and more just an embouchure to the Empyrean. If you want to get real fancy with wording, that is. An entrance to heaven? Very roughly speaking, yeah. But hell, I haven't seen the other side, so I can't even say that for sure. Well, I'm fairly certain there's something there, though, which, I don't know. I can take comfort in that, I guess. Well, I can take comfort in that, I guess. Oh, and speaking of comfort, how are you feeling? Like every particle in my body is slowly moving away from every other particle in my body. That was rather elegant. What use is feeling pain if you can't find a fun way to describe it? Day 2, 11 p.m., the terminal. My head freaking hurts. It sucks and stuff. I keep telling you, the painkillers will take effect in a few minutes. I'm not gonna stop yelling about it until they do! You know, some philosophers believe that experiencing pain is one of the best ways to make sure you know you're alive. That sounds fake. Which philosophers? Famous ones? Oh my gosh, you're actually just making it up. Possibly. You could have sold it better. And say that some famous singer said it instead. Cross that generational gap. You gotta appeal to the kids. I feel like every time I do that, I just end up looking like one of those old guys who's afraid of wide-ranging societal shifts. I mean, you are old. Am not. You're like 6,000 years old, and you gotta give me this one. Fine. How's your head feeling? It still sucks. How about we grab a drink and go sit outside? It's nice and cool out there. Do I have to? Yep. I really like the environments in this game. How are you feeling now? Better. Marginally. Come on. I'm sure the drink isn't hurting. What even is this? I put 6 sugars in it? Aw, you know me so well. So, how are things at home? Meh. What's that translate to in old people language? Things are normal, I guess. Mom's nearly done with her PhD. That sounds good. It is. Probably. But she's pretty busy, so that means we're stuck eating microwave dinners tonight. So explains why you barely left this place since last week. I mean, I'd be here anyway. True. You did ask her, right? What, if I could be here? Yeah, don't want to invoke her wrath, do I? She doesn't worry about me being here. You remember when she talked to Maddie about liquor licensing laws, right? I think it was more of a lecture than a conversation. After all, Maddie wasn't doing anything wrong, aside from letting you hang around after hours. I'm still amazed that Maddie didn't just tell her that we're not technically subject to the regulations, since we're not registered with anyone but the council. She made the right choice. That would have been an ugly argument. But anyway, she is fine with me being here. She's got my mobile number, and as long as I respond to her check-in, she's not gonna come and get me. Good. I wouldn't want to worry her. Wonderful. My arm will get wet. Don't worry about it. We can dry off inside. Just try and enjoy the rain. Okay. I think the gamma filter is still on. Hold on. The game's gonna hide for a second. Filters. Remove. Yes. There you go. It was a little brighter than it was supposed to be. I was joking about fake philosophy earlier, but I really do think it's important to take a moment to enjoy things when you can. Rain can feel oppressive. It can stop you from going outside, doing the things you enjoy. But there's nothing like the smell of rain before sunrise. Petrichor. But yeah, it's faintly magical. Did I ever tell you that? Only about 100 times. I can hear it 101 times a day. It's okay. Alright, I'm actually getting kind of wet. Let's head in. So, given the fact that I'm very obviously a dork with a bleeding heart, and it's definitely safe to assume that I've let people other than you stay longer than they're technically allowed. You're so emotionally repressed that I never could have guessed. It's actually impressive. Well, you know, we all have our ways of coping with persistent, extreme stress. Millennial things. Yep. But yes, I do understand how you feel. The separation, the difficulty keeping your thoughts together, the base level feeling that something's slightly askew, and the fact, not the feeling, that your time is up. Never loved facts. Me neither. Honestly, I think it feels like having a cold, just without any of the physical symptoms. I guess that description works too. It's not quite as compelling as the one about your particles being repulsive, though. Oi, that's definitely not what I meant by that one. Isn't it? It's about time. Can't believe I've created these beautiful creatures and you turn them into dumb waiters. Alas, such is life. I gotta pay rent somehow, considering how many cups they drop. That's a feature, not a bug. That's to make them seem more alive. You taught them to intentionally drop coffee cups in the name of verisimilitude? Maybe? I'm gonna get mad to start ordering cheaper cups. See, I'm promoting efficiency in our procurement cycles. I hate whoever gave you that management book. I'm sensing some hostility. Do I need to talk to HR? Who's our human resources manager? I'm sure it's very good at its job, just not at bussing coffee. Ah, Maddie wants us downstairs. Oh, I suppose she's done setting up. I'm glad she was able to do it without me. Gosh, so proud. Taught her everything I know. You are a gremlin, you know that? Of course. Shall we? Day 3, 12 a.m. Basement. So bloody damp down here. I know we're in a cellar, but I don't suppose you have a window we could open or anything? Yeah, we've got a vent that leads outside somewhere. Maddie, can you open it up? Get some fresh air coming through? I'm pretty sure it's got a dumpster or something sitting on top of it right now. Besides, I'm busy. Just grin and bear it. Can we get this over with? We've done this before, old man. You know how it takes a while to set up. Call me farm. I do not appreciate your tone. Sorry. Can we get some more lights on, maybe? With all the crap you've scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? Thanks. You're more organized than last time, I see. Practice makes perfect. Hey, Maddie. How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Great. Now, Shay? What's up, little P? I found you a chair. Huh, thank you. So, this whole thing? Surely it's not legal, yeah? Yeah, the council found it confronting. For a good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order. Mate, it's not just bureaucracy. Shush you. Most rules can be bent after all. Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Ugh. Is this related to her gambling for time? Mm-hmm. So, the transfer was the same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. The council successfully suppressed all information about it, though. For good reason. What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or try it again after you fail, for that matter. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? Question's irrelevant, because it's banned. Badass? I call it badass. Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. But, looking past all the smoke and mirrors and fancy names, you can just call it necromancy. All those hours are in this tree. Well, why did you hoard the hours here instead of using them to pay off your debt? Well, why would I use them to pay off a debt if I could use them to save a life instead? Oh, shit. Alright. How can I help? Will the subject please step forward? Council Gazette. We regret to inform you of the passing of Shay Wu, a beloved fixer in the Australian alchemy community and owner of the terminal. As an innovator in alchemy and material spellcraft, and as a friend to anyone and everyone who walked through his doors, he will be missed. You ready to do this again? Sure. Try not to kill me this time. Cool. Ashley, let's do this. Ready when you are. I hate this. You have reservations? It's unnatural to store hours in a non-sentient being like that. I can still feel pain, and this is a very painful process. For everyone involved. Yeah? Yeah. Guess it's time for us to watch the show. See how badly this can go wrong. Yay. Calcination. Solution. Separation. Conjunction. Putrefaction. Congelation. Cibation. Sublimation. Fermentation. Exhaustion. Multiplication. Projection. Conjunction. Good enough. Ashley, everything is normal on my end. We're looking good, so let's get started. Increase power to 80%. Cibation. Holding steady. Cool. Next segment. Activating. How are we doing? It's going fine. Conjunction's about halfway open. Just concentrate. Having some issues here. Hey, we need more power. Yeah, ramping it up. I don't know if this will melt our conduits, though. Oh, crap. Yep, our conduits are definitely melting. Ashley, languid. Cibation. Fuck. Bypass it. I can punch the wires, but I don't know what else I can patch. Do that, now. On it. How close are we to finishing the cibation? We're about 90%. Shit. Are we gonna try again? I think I have to reinforce the wires and that'll fix it. Yes, we're gonna keep going until we make it through. Do or die. Reset, then, and start again. Calcination, separation, conjunction, libation. Not again. Just a couple seconds more. And you got it. Yes. Beginning sublimation. You got this, Maddie. What's next? We've opened the connection. Now all I've got to do is transfer the time. How are you feeling, Shay? I don't know. Shay? Sublimation. No! Okay, we won't stop. We've gotten this far. I'm not giving up now, damn it. Maddie? I can't hold on to it. It's slipping out of my fingers. Energy levels are dropping again. See if you can keep it going for just a few more moments. Rerouting. We could try it again. I don't plan on stopping. I think the conduit's only going to last one more go, then it's kaput. And maybe you're kaput too. I don't know. Shit. Alright, Ashley, take your position again. We'll get it this time. Stop. Just stop. No, I've nearly got it, I swear. You are not going to bring me back. No. I've humored this enough. You've done your best, but this task is beyond you. I need to move on. And it's time to make your peace with this instead of trying to pervert the natural course of things. You never asked me if I wanted to stay. You just made the choice for me, and hurt yourself and everyone around you in the process. Let me leave. Emotional scene, then we get the dancing robots. Jacoby, you're a goddamn bin chicken is what you are. What? No way. Crabs don't eat sushi or garbage. You don't know that. Yeah, well, you know what does eat sushi and garbage? Frescanornis maluca, otherwise known as Australian bin chicken. We find the term offensive. We are actually white ibises. Ah. Ha. Incriminating yourself there. I'd expect nothing less from a bin chicken. Damn it. Okay, so, moving on. Classic misdirection. No, seriously. Did you two see what happened back there? Yeah, that was rough. And yes, that thing with the ritual was also tough to watch. You weren't here when Shay died, but I remember they just behaved like nothing had happened. Oh? My impression was that neither of them had ever remotely considered the possibility of failure. Idiots. Yes, but we're only here because of them, so we should be respectful. It seems to me like nobody in this cafe really seems to think things through. Yep. This place has a weird effect on people. Too much magic in the air, maybe? Who knows? Will they be okay? I don't know how I'd forgive something like that. Being kept here, against my will, where my very essence breaks down. That is what I believe kids these days call a party foul. Honestly, I don't know. I think Maddie probably has some self-reflection to do. Sticks. LP. Millennial. Old man. I swear that I messed up saying. Licensing. Oh, come back. Melbourne. Shay. Magic. Ashley. Magic. Melbourne. Death. Judgment. So like I said, I'm going to be saving these for myself, and if anyone watching that wants to play the game for themselves and get the extra story, I figured that'll save me some reading. I'll at least unlock some of these while I go. And then sometimes I just sit. But we will do ones like this that increase the story, of course. Let me see really quick. Oh yeah. Ghosts. Yeah, we don't have too much left, which is what I figured, but let's go ahead and return and go ahead and start this next chapter. Espresso machine's acting up again. Maddie sighed. Why does it have to be like this? It doesn't have to be like this, said Shay. You're right, said Maddie. It wasn't always like this. If you travel back in time far enough, you'll find an era when we had a working espresso machine. And if you travel even further back, you'll go to a time when espresso machines didn't exist, said Shay. Maddie reached below the counter for the bottle of Chardonnay she had opened that morning. It was half empty. Is this a prelude to one of those moments where an old man tells me about how lucky we are to have things so easy? Nah, said Shay. Things aren't easier. In fact, they're harder. That's why you need to help all the modern technology to deal with them. Shay nodded to the wine bottle in Maddie's hand. So, you gonna offer me some of that, or just keep squeezing its neck like you're trying to choke it? Maddie began pouring a drink for Shay. So, what were things like back in the old days? Well, for one thing, we didn't need glasses back then. Glasses are not a new invention, old man. I've seen pictures of Benjamin Franklin. Well, yeah, we had glasses back then, but we didn't use them. We drank straight from the bottle. Har har. No, really, said Shay. Glasses are just one more thing to keep track of. One more thing to clean. And it's much easier to just pass the bottle back and forth. That may be the case, said Maddie. But I'm sure our patrons appreciate the extra effort that goes into making sure they're always drinking from clean glasses. I'm sure they do, said Shay. That's another thing that's changed. Everyone's a connoisseur of whatever they're drinking. Is that you finger-wagging about how young people have all particular tastes? No, said Shay. At least, I don't think it is. Oh, hold on. I got something popping up on my computer. Enjoy this nice music for a second. Okay. I guess people are all enjoying the present moment more. Back when we drank sock juice, you were just doing whatever it took to get that stimulant into your bloodstream. Ditto for most depressants. Do I want to know what sock juice is? Said Maddie. Because I'm fairly certain I don't. We didn't have coffee filters back then, said Shay. So you'd use a sock instead. Don't worry, we always used clean socks whenever they were available. Maddie closed her eyes, looking physically ill. You were saying something about people enjoying the present moment before that thoroughly awful digression about how you made coffee? Yeah, said Shay. Well, I know there's this stereotype about how in modern society no one is ever really present. But if anything, I feel like it's the other way around. Nowadays, people are all about enjoying the present moment. People used to be way more obsessed with where they were going. As in, where they were migrating to? In a manner of speaking, said Shay. Let's just say that I'm amazed how few people these days come in here asking questions about heaven and hell. 100 years ago, if you caught someone on their way out of this world, the first thing they wanted to know was, which place is this? And after they found out they were on a temporary stop to the next place, they'd want to know where it is they were going. There's still plenty of that, so... Yeah, but a lot less of it. And, you know, I don't think it was a case of people's priorities suddenly changing once they found themselves standing on the precipice. There were people who used to describe themselves as God-fearing. It was just a part of life. And now? Now, that's not. He shrugged. Well, I guess people found more important things to worry about. There wasn't a lot going on back then. Took a sip of Chardonnay. Good thing is, I'm gonna live forever. Where'd you go to hell? Hell yes, said Shay. I've done way too much sinning to ever make it into heaven. You've done more good than ill for the world, said Maddie. I'm pretty sure that balances it out. You probably have a positive balance. Nah, said Shay. I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure I'm just a bad person who happens to do good things most of the time. Well, it might not be good enough for heaven, but it's good enough for me, said Maddie. So I guess it's a good thing that you're going to live forever. Interesting. Let's go ahead and continue on. We've only got a few chapters left. I'm really getting into the story now. Which is why I definitely want to read the little side stories on my own, but alright. And you should have seen this coming. This is on you. There's no question. You are a failure. The council's going to take away the cafe from you. And you should have seen this all coming. Episode 7. Ghost. Day 3, 7 a.m. The terminal. This never gets old. You know, I wondered for a long time how I'd feel if I never got old. And then I tried it out, and I got old anyway. There's probably a moral in that story somewhere. When do we ever have time for morals anyway? You're a hellion, you know that? It's weird to think that you used to just be a mild-mannered student. I was just better at biting my tongue. Huh. If anything, I just hope that I was able to make your life a little more interesting. We've, had a pretty good run, mate. I don't want you to feel like I wasted my time on you, or that having you in my life hasn't been an absolute bloody privilege. Can we do this later? Of course. I reckon I see someone walking over. Can you get the machine ready? Yeah. Let's make some fucking coffee. Here you go. Again, sorry for the wait. Thanks. If it were anywhere else, I'd just not come back. But the beans... And I promise it won't happen again. Thanks for your patience. How long was I staring at the wall? 15 minutes by my reckoning. What the hell? I came inside from sweeping up the front. And I just saw you staring blankly into your mug while that customer was just standing there. They were being very patient. I have no idea how that happened. I feel terrible. It's no biggie. Like you told me the other day. Our roasts are iconic enough that we can afford to get away with stuff like that once in a while. Well, yeah, but the context of that conversation was when we just fought off dozens of ashlings that didn't believe us. When we told them we weren't stray pieces of cutlery. Yeah, we probably shouldn't let that happen again. Trust me, it's not on the agenda. But, like I was saying, people love this place. Even if they sometimes have to wait 15 minutes for the barista to stop hyper-focusing on her coffee. Yeah, I don't know. That isn't meant to happen. How long have you been awake? I think maybe 3 days? Good lord. That's bad, yeah? I'm honestly amazed you're not seeing things. Oh, I'm hallucinating hardcore. No worries there. Also, I keep seeing faces and coffees. They say anything interesting? Nothing but echoes of my internal monologue. More espresso equals less espresso. I'm sure it's a fun time. It's a blast. At least your hands don't need to be too steady to make coffee. See, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Shh. That face. Anyway, speaking of coffee, you should make some. I'm already like 15 shots deep, man. I think I'll die if I have any more. No, Maddie. I'm saying you have a job to do. Sorry, I feel like you're trying to lead me into some sort of conclusion here, but... For the customer right here, who I assume is wanting a coffee. Oh, shit. My bad. Haven't slept for... What can we get you? 1 latte, 1 soy flat white. Sure thing. Feel free to take a seat. We'll bring them over. Man. Yep. 15 shots though? Really? Because just saying, at some point, you're gonna hit a lethal dose. I have some insane tolerance happening here. I think. I hope. Right. Well, I respect your right to make a complete idiot out of yourself and die in the process. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. Ha! I can't believe everyone's gonna know me as the person who killed their boss in a botched necromancy attempt. You know? That's hella street rep right there. Council's gonna be too afraid of me to screw with me. I don't think they're too intimidated by you, fortunately. Damn it. Let's not worry about them now, though. What should I worry about instead? Nothing? Buddy. Hello, Ohio. How are you doing? I tried. Hey, Ashley. Where's Ashley? No, more points for the Donkey Kong horridness. Sleeping upstairs. We're not gonna get much out of her for a few hours at least. And Keyshawn's gone off somewhere at the terminal with Ned. They're around. Somewhere. Good that Ashley's getting some sleep, though. Now imagine if you did that. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Uh-huh. But also, she's okay, right? Yep. Just need some rest and maybe a few days of tapering off caffeine. Oh. She's gonna be cranky. As a mule. Well, I have that to look forward to. I'm sure it'll be plenty of fun. What can we get you? What roast do you have today? Let me see. We got your standards. Espresso, Italian, city. No, I'm looking for something fancy. Fancy, you say? What do you have in mind? I don't know. Something new. Different. Special. Artisanal. Psst, Maddie. What? In English, that word translates to artisanal. Thanks. Anytime, mate. We got a pretty nice house roast that you might like. The beans are sourced from a faraway land, enhanced with... Excuse me, enchanted with subtle magics. What land? Tell me. They're from Brisbane. What else? I'll give you our secret blend if you stop holding up the line. Ah, I'll take it. Go sit down. I'll bring it over to you. What were you gonna give him? I was just gonna take a blowtorch to some espresso beans. Come on, Maddie. What? Don't be ridiculous. I don't know what you mean. I mean, it's a waste of time for you to do that when you've got people to serve. Be right back. Bless. We are going to blowtorch the beans. Day 3, 10:45 a.m. The terminal. God, you weren't kidding. This is awful. How are you able to drink that without your entire face crumbling into dust? It's so dry that I give Antarctica a run for its money. Antarctica is a desert, technically. Shut up. I find it drinkable because it reminds me of good times. What? It's thoroughly shithouse. It reminds me of lost loves. It's very worrying to me that concentrated bin juice reminds you of a relationship. Oh, I've told you about her. Wait, you're not talking about... Yep, the fugitive. The one who I took in for a few months. I thought you liked her. I did. The taste reminds me of her because it's smoky. Like licking a freaking tailpipe. And has vague hints of iron. I have concerns, Shay. Never thought I'd have a succubus drop by, to be honest. Wait, you never told me she was a succubus. Didn't I? Well, I suppose it would have been inappropriate to mention that in front of Ashley. Oh yeah, her head would definitely explode. But yes, she was a succubus. I wouldn't have ever expected a cute demon to crash at my bar, but ended up having a wonderful, if short-lived relationship. That's actually really sweet. Yeah. So weird that the coffee reminds you of her, but I've heard weirder things. If I explained it to you, your head would explode too. Well, you mentioned tailpipes. Well, that's my break time over. Time to get back to work running a cafe doing barista things. I'm gonna go perform some barista-related activities, and you're welcome to join me, I guess. Don't forget to water the plants. Water them yourself. It's your job. Busy. Goodbye. Damn, he had a succubus GF. Good for you, King. Are we seriously just here to be a part of the Robot Fight Club? For real? Is this why I was raised from the dead and sealed in a metal shell? Is that the only reason? Guys, I'm freaking out. Why aren't you saying anything? Guys. Heh, egg puns. Right? I should poach some of them. Seriously, is this not a big deal to you? Nah. We only fight if we want to. And it's all in good fun. You're really endorsing capturing creators and forcing them to fight one another, or creatures. Sir, why not? It's not like we really had the capacity to get injured or bleed. Ethics, schmethics. Unbelievable. You two are unbelievable. Eh. Hey, is that the sound of someone calling us? I think it might be. duty calls and all that. Toodles! Robot egg puns. Where will it end? You spent this past month needlessly suffering. Why? You stopped adding salt to your food, not knowing that's why you were getting extreme muscle cramps and migraines. No. That's awful. So, by trying to be healthier, you caused yourself more issues. Dang it, salt. Sodium, I guess. We scream. How do you do this one? Yes, I did. Basically. Oh no. Well, hopefully you'll start to feel better now that you know that's the cause and you can adjust your diet accordingly. This music is very melancholy, different than what it was before. Like I said, I'm gonna keep the little stories for myself and anyone who wants to play this game and have some new stuff to read, so I don't give you the whole game. Is this something I could click on though, or is it just... I thought there was text in it somewhere that I saw floating. There is, but why is it there? Very tiny text. Let's go ahead and start the next chapter then. Hello? Hello? Day 3, 11 a.m. Basement. These bloody things, I just... Ugh. Now who's making a mess? Shit. Shite? Why is it spelled with an E? Don't scare me like that, you wanker. Damn Australians. You'll... Mate, you don't look so good. This thing? Yes, Shay. It's fine. It very obviously is not. You keep yourself together. Fine. I've only seen this once before. People don't tend to last as long as you or I. And even when they do, it hurts like hell, yeah. Does Maddie know about this? No. She's got enough guilt to deal with. I'm sure she just believes I'm uncomfortable, just like Keyshawn is. What stage is he at? Headaches. Memory loss? We had a bit of a chat about it yesterday. Shay, I know. I'm not staying much longer. I'll stop disturbing the balance before long. Damn the balance. You're falling apart as I watch. Like I said, I'm not staying long. I cannot believe Maddie's presumptuousness. Hey. Cut it out. She realizes that she's messed up, and she's doing her best to make amends. Surely it's too late for that. I don't think so. Come on. Come sit down. Oh, I saw that hot local mom has finally come to lurk as a bot in my channel. Thanks, hot local mom. I've finally been bestowed that honor, I suppose. Things aren't that bad. No? No. I might be dying, and I might be having to deal with a lot of pain and guilt, but... Guilt? I feel like I failed as a mentor for Maddie. She's not going to regain her confidence for a long time, I think. And necromancy? And just in general. It's easy to second-guess yourself over every little decision after something big like this happens. I'd appreciate if she second-guessed herself a little more often, to be honest. I am sure you would. Anyway, aside from the pain, and the guilt, and the impending death, I feel quite good. Yeah, you sound like you're doing great. I'm just happy she doesn't feel like she has to save me anymore. Even if that's just a result of her not managing to pull off the ritual. I don't feel like it was ever about the ritual, was it? No. We tried it the first time just because we were feeling like doing something risky. Something that could give us a little extra breathing room. Breathing room for... getting the council off our backs, actually. Getting some space to pursue our studies without outside interference. Oh. But even then, that was just... I don't know. Maybe motivated by spite or something. You've got a lot of reasons to feel that way towards us. I don't feel that way towards you, mate. You know that, right? I had some doubts. You might be a constant needle in my side, but you're also one of my oldest friends. And that means a lot more than any sort of affiliation with a bunch of snobbish prudes who wouldn't know innovation if it slapped them in the face. Oof. That doesn't mean I don't miss the good times we had. We were undermining governments before it was cool. You mean the prank letters we kept sending to Parliament in 77? Subversive pushes for real democracy. Uh-huh. You know, when I met you, it seemed like you'd never die. I didn't know anything about you, but you had a weird energy around you. I didn't plan on it, really. The plan was to stick around for as long as I wanted to, and then move onwards when I felt like it. Do you feel like moving on? I'm getting more comfortable with the idea. Icarus didn't want to fall into the ocean either. But everything's got to fall out of the sky at some point. And Maddie was just trying to catch me. You're not actually okay with this. No, I'm not. Lying to myself is easier than admitting that. I'm gonna miss you, mate. I hope you won't forget me. Forget you? I'm gonna stick a photo of you up on the wall in our office. Big one. But seriously, I want you to know that you've been a good friend. Even though we've taken different paths. When they caught me and pressed me into service, seeing you again was the thing that really brought me back to life. Made me realize I could live like this. Stuck here. Because there is absolutely nobody else left for me. The severe lack of anti-lice in this game bothers you. I don't know if it's because I have it on medium quality instead of high, or it's just a choice by the devs, to be honest with you. Since I was having so much trouble with it until you helped me out, I just kept it on medium quality because it's kind of making my desktop breathe heavily. Actually, I might be able to turn on high now that you helped me figure out what was wrong with it. Let's see. If it starts stuttering, let me know, please, and I'll turn it back. But nobody who could see me, at least. You know? I won't forget that. That means a lot to hear. Thank you, friend. Even on high, it looks like it's still there some. Not nearly as bad, but it might just be an artistic choice. That's true. Even on my monitor, that you can still tell some of it. Hey. You alright, mate? I'm gonna sit here for a bit if that's okay. Right here on the ground. If you'd like me to leave, just let me know at any time and I'll let you be. Alright? In case you are new and you haven't been seeing much of this story yet, both of these characters on screen are dead and they're on their way, passing through to the afterlife. But this coffee shop is a place in between where lost souls can go. It's a nice day out. The weather here can be a pain in the arse, but days like this, they make it worth it, you know? I love to just sit and let the sun warm me. It's been a couple of weeks since it happened now. I feel like the sun's warmth is really the only thing that helps me pull myself together. Yeah, what are you feeling? I'm feeling it too, pretty intensely. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. A few times a day, I totally lose myself, as in my sense of self, and also my physical self. But if you plan on sticking around and taking up a position with the council, that'll go away. You definitely don't want to stick around as long as I have. Not to assume intent or anything. I just had a hunch, seeing as you were talking to Ned. They're not evil. They're just impartial, which is its own kind of cruelty. I wouldn't judge you if you wanted to stay either. There are plenty of delights hidden in Melbourne's dark corners. Ned can show you around, if you ask nice enough. I'm sorry, mate. I've got to ask. Does this help me at all? Because I'm honestly happy to sit here in silence. I thought you'd appreciate a yarn, though. No, it's fine. Alright. So, fun things in Melbourne. I suppose the story starts around the 1860s, when I first came over. Learned the language pretty quick. Not that it helped dealing with the colonials. What did you come over for? Gold. Same as everyone else. And so, then he showed me these ridiculous drawings of himself wearing armor. Like a medieval knight. Always had an odd noble streak in him. Maybe didn't aim in the right direction all the time. But then he left before I could help him use it a little more productively. And things changed pretty quickly after that. I see. It's never too late, though. Maybe you'll be able to help him rekindle it, eh? Me? Oh, I don't think I could. It'd be easier than you think. I'll have to take your word for it. Regardless of whether or not you decide to meddle, do take care of him for me, alright? That man has a lot of pain, and Maddie's not necessarily always the nicest about it. I know that I'm asking a lot. You don't have to coddle him or anything. Just watch out for him when you can. I think I can do that. Think. You heard that right. What, the noise inside? Yes. Is it something bad? I have a rough idea of what it is. No need to worry. I'll deal with it. If I don't see you before I go, you will. I'll make sure I'm here. See you in a little bit then. Robot battle time. Get him, Cooper. Make your creator proud. Palmer, stop slacking. Duck and weave. Kick his arse. That's an order. Ashley. Wah! No knife this time? I mean, what? Turn around. Now, how'd that get? Oh. Yeah, it went straight through you. Interesting. I'll say, you should perhaps not do this in the future, though. Most people aren't as insubstantial as me. I'm trying to wean myself out of that habit, yeah. You'll notice that this knife is slightly smaller than the previous. I honestly can't tell the difference, but I'll take your word for it. I'll be throwing butter knives at the back of Maddie's head before you know it. Don't worry. Please don't murder each other after I go. Of course not. No, really. It'd break my heart if you two stopped being friends over something silly. I won't let it happen. Good. Now, what's happening here? Just doing some prototyping for Row Battle Royale. Ah. That name, though. What about it? I just feel like everything's a Battle Royale these days. I have no idea what you're talking about, old man. Never mind. What's the story with these poor things? Cooper and Palmer? I wanted to see if they still remembered Asimov's Law of Robotics. And did they? No, Palmer gave me a light stabbing. Oh dear. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah, I like them. I like to give them a little taste of blood every now and then. Makes them fight better. Hungrier. Hungry for victory. And blood. And I'm assuming you'd rather them not follow Asimov's laws. You assume correctly. Please don't let these mix in with the rest. It'll be impossible to tell them apart. Why would that be a bad thing, though? Because they'd be terrible at delivering coffee if they knew they could use the mugs as projectile weapons? I think they'd be extra enthusiastic. I won't, though. Don't worry. I wasn't going to do it in the first place. Look at you, turning into a responsible human being. Hey, you take that back. No, I'm proud. With you and Maddie in charge, I feel like I'm leaving the cafe in good hands. We'll do our best to make you proud, you old fart. What'd I do to deserve that? Getting all sappy on me. Ah, you'd rather me not talk about it. Nah, it's fine. I feel pretty good about it. Good? People always come and go from here, right? Oh, I suppose you're used to it. I think so. I sort of expected to be all sad and emotional, but this is just another goodbye. Ah, and that's fine. I'm gonna be sad, yeah, but I don't think this is a new feeling. Plus, you're always gonna be around here to some degree. Can't have the cafe without the Shay. You're a good egg, you know? What? Oh, I was assuming there was gonna be some kind of pun following that. I would never. Would you not? I probably would. The truth. It's finally revealed. Good. 'Cause I'm great and you don't need any encouragement. Good egg? Really? I call you that because when you're around, it's always a shell of a good time. I'm always cracking up. You got an excellent poker face there. Don't you like my yolks? I'm not scrambling the delivery, am I? She's gonna throw another knife at him. Well, here you go. Let me know if I can get you anything else. Can't leave you for a moment without you being mean to the customers, can I? You gotta stop appearing out of nowhere, man. Gonna give me heart palpitations. But you didn't even jump. I'm very startled. Internally. Well, enjoy it while you can. You're gonna keep using that excuse for everything, aren't you? Might as well, right? I guess I'll let you get away with it. How generous. But you gotta come downstairs and help me figure out some stuff. What sort of stuff? Science stuff. You want to troubleshoot the ritual, don't you? Yep. Are you sure that you want to do that instead of anything else? Uh-huh. What the shit? I don't remember leaving it like this. Unless you let a gorilla in after I left or something. That didn't happen as far as I'm aware. Oh, duh. I'll just tap into the building's subliminal memory. And here. That absolute rat bag. Magic caps, exotic chalks. Not a single thought for how they're used or for obtaining the proper important licenses or... I'm gonna have to shut it down. No question. Ah, shit. Well, that's not a good sign. Not surprising, though. That's a problem for later. Really? Yep. God, just look at these magic caps. They're totally fried. Maddie, I wonder if we just need some really big resistors in the circuit. What would they achieve? They just get hotter and we lose some of the energy. No, I think when we had too much energy at that point. So if we dissipated some of it during the second phase, when we were trying to transfer it anyway, it might have stopped the conduit from overheating, or overloading. Would it not be smarter just to try and transfer less energy in the first place? I think we'd have issues opening the conduit in that case. We should have drastically rethought our approach after the first time. I'm glad we're having this revelation now, instead of at any other time. And given the multi-phase structure of the ritual, it's obvious now that we need to shift the ways in which we were utilizing energy, instead of just boosting the amount we were trying to pump into it. Maybe I'm just talking in circles here, but I still believe this is viable. Just not with this equipment. Have you got a pen on you? I want to write this down somewhere. I don't believe it's worth it to keep trying to make this work. I agree that it's probably possible, but... But what? I can't bear the thought of you getting yourself killed by trying this again. You've already gotten close to hurting yourself twice. But I didn't end up hurting myself. So it's okay. Yes, because I took the hit. Both times. And as long as you're trying this, you're going to keep hurting people. And eventually you'll get to the point where you can't bear to see anyone else get hurt through your recklessness. So you'll use yourself as a test subject. And you will die. Get it into your head, damn it! You want to know what it's like to be on the other side of this? Wishing for one more day? One more good day where you can think straight and not have to worry about saying goodbye to your friends for the last time? I keep telling everyone that I'm fine with this, that my time was up anyway. Guess what? It's a lie. I was lying to myself and everyone else. I'm terrified of leaving. And I'm pissed off too. Of course I'm pissed off. One life was never enough for me. I feel incredibly guilty, Maddie. And any failure of yours is mine because I didn't teach you well enough. We're too far gone to fix things. We're not too far gone to care. But please, give me this. Don't throw everything away. Nothing is more important than this. Just don't. If you want to respect my memory at all you need to do is remember me. My life's work is this cafe, not this ritual. And I'll be damned if I let you throw that away, or throw yourself away just to stroke your own ego. My one regret, my only regret, is chasing that power myself. Stretching myself thin to find extra time, and for what? Some overblown sense of achievement? I regret it. And as I stand on the cusp of oblivion, I realize that I am afraid for the first time. It's new, Maddie, and it hurts. I don't want to go. I want one more day. Just one more day. After all this, after you kept me here against my will, without asking me, without taking a second to check whether I was okay with it at the end, I can't bring myself to take that last step without being pushed. Isn't that ridiculous? It's not. I really am losing it, huh? Everything about me is drifting away. Shay, it's not. I'm sorry. Let me finish. I shouldn't have forced you to stay. You're right. And everything you said is fair and valid and understandable. Except for one thing. You might not feel like it, but you're still the Shay I know and love. Doing your best to take care of everyone, keeping them safe from anything that'd get in their way. and giving them the space to work things out themselves when they need to. I tried to follow your example, but I guess it didn't stick the landing on that last bit. Wish I could give it another shot. Right from the start. You said earlier that having me in your life is a privilege. Shay, the privilege is all mine. You feel guilty for this, and that's fair. But you've changed my life for the better in 1,000 different ways. And I think a lot of other people could say the same. I don't blame you. Maybe one day soon I'll be able to stop blaming myself too. I'm sorry for yelling. You didn't deserve that. It's okay. And you know it's okay to be scared. You can't practice dying. There's no test run for that. Even if we pulled off the ritual, it would have only given you a month or two before things started getting bad again. But desperate times call for desperate measures, yeah. Look at us. Pair of saps, aren't we? I feel like it's healthy, like any of your emotional vegetables. Nah, this conversation is more like spinach. As in good in a quiche, or I'd kick your ass if I didn't know my foot would fly right through it, you know? Very fair. I don't know if I can do this without you. Do what? All this. I know things feel overwhelming right now, but believe me when I say that you're the most qualified person in the world to run this cafe. You're the most qualified living person. You fucker. And I'm the most qualified person to make that judgment. So there. I guess I can't argue with that. You sure can't. I fully believe that you're gonna do some great things with this place, if you can stop Ned from shutting it down. Don't fall into the mindset of preserving broken things because they remind you of the past, okay? I won't. Atta girl. There's something I need to go do. Come find me when you're ready. I won't be too far away. Alright, I will. Day 3, 4 p.m., the terminal. No, not like that. Like this. But you said not to tamp it too hard. Look at it. The coffee just fell out. You gotta tamp it hard enough that it doesn't fall out. You could have told me that before. I didn't expect you to just lightly tap it. Wah! Hey, is this gonna take much longer? I got somewhere to be. It'll be just a moment. It's just a short black. How are you finding this hard? I got this. Acceptable. Hey, that was meant to be mine, right? We're just exploring synergies and working on disrupting the coffee industry. Please bear with us for just a moment longer. Again. No. Don't worry, mate. You're doing fine. Are you gonna make my coffee? Actually, we're gonna close up for tonight. What? But it's not even getting dark yet. What sort of crappy coffee joint closes at 5 in the afternoon? Basically every place in Adelaide, I think. But we're not there. We're in Melbourne. So you just find coffee somewhere else. Unbelievable. Well, what gives, old man? I'm closing because I want to spend time with you lot. Yourself included, Ned. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me. Of course not. How long are you planning on sticking around? Not much longer, you old curmudgeon. I didn't mean it like that. I know. You should all sit down. I'll make us drinks. So I've decided that this is it. I'm gonna head off in a little while. You sound pretty calm about it. I am calm. So I suppose this is... not yet. That's fine. Lurk away. Lurkers are always appreciated. Alright. You want one too? Yeah, if that's okay. It's not like we have a shortage of curly straws. Well, in that case, never say I'm not prepared. Amazing! The man knows what his people need. A rare virtue. Well, it's very much appreciated. I'm just glad to see you all smiling. This shouldn't be a depressing memory. For any of us. Day 3, 5 p.m. Outside the terminal. That is bright orange. Honestly, it's refreshing to see people's attitudes towards all this. I walked in here and felt pretty Let me start over. I walked in here and felt pretty comprehensively awful, but being here for this, it's helped. I'm glad to hear that. When you see it so often, it's hard not to develop a more relaxed outlook, you know? Every month, we get dozens of people like you. Like us, I suppose. If I had the power to help people be at peace before they move on, why wouldn't I exercise it? You're always too nice. Better too nice than too harsh, generally speaking. Not sure about that. I'm sad. I'm sad about this. I just wanted to make that, clear. But I'm gonna be okay. Promise. Thank you, little P. Hey, I need to ask you a favor. Me? All of you, actually. I need you to look out for Maddie for me. She's gonna need some extra love for a while. Of course. Yeah. Alright. I know you two have had your disagreements. No, it's fine. I'll play nice. You have my appreciation. Can't really say no, can I? Oh, you better bet I'm milking this. I'll allow it. Any chance you'll come along with me? Absolutely not. I've got things to get done here. Can't be gallivanting off to higher planes when I'm drowning in obligations. Well, can't blame you for that. Speaking of Maddie, where is she? I think she's upstairs somewhere. I'll go up and join her shortly. Will you be coming back down? I don't believe so, no. I see. Is there anything else you three would like for me to do for you before we go? Any special requests? So, nothing for me. I'd ask for a special drink or something, but I'm sure Maddie knows all your recipes. You'd be correct there. Ashley? All I require from you is your soul. No, you goofball, I need that. Well, in that case, can I have your stuff? You can fight Maddie over it. I say fight, but she'll give up pretty easily. Nice. Ned? Anything you want before I go? Don't leave me. Sorry, but I didn't catch that. Don't worry about it. I ought to be doing things for you anyway. Running errands, grabbing milk from the servo, you know. Man, the sun's getting low. I gotta go in a moment, I'm afraid. Are you scared? Cool. Ugh. Feeling old. Not about half as old as you deserve to be feeling, I reckon. Trust me, I'm feeling it. Now. Oof. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you too. I wish you didn't have to go. Me too. It's been cool. Definitely. Glad you came in. Yeah, me too. Maybe I'll see you someday in the future? I'd like that. Not too soon, though. Nah, of course. Ned, I gotta go. So can't believe you're the first one of us to go. Life is full of surprise. Wherever I end up, I promise there will be a place for you there. Thank you. I'll always be proud of you, no matter what. Alright, enough of that. Fair enough. See you around, mate. And you. Maddie maintained her calm. His body had laid here for weeks now, gently moldering. He refused to visit again after the first time. She didn't blame him. Can you really expect anyone to be cheery about the prospect of sweeping leaves off their own grave? But she didn't mind doing that job anyway. She'd always liked gardening, bringing things to life. So, I know that Ashley built us. But as the owner of the venue, aren't we technically bound to Shay? What is the implication here? When he's gone, what happens to us? Huh? We'll be fine, right? What are you thinking? I don't know. It didn't really cross my mind until now. Worst case scenario, we all just vanish. Nah, worst case scenario, we vanish. Painfully. Thanks for that. I feel way better now. We'll probably be okay. Probably. How long until we find out? Should be any minute now. Well, this has been fun. Guess we'll just wait and see. I guess. Here we go. Taste of blood. Hell. Drowning. Leave. Oh. Can you leave? I want to click you. There we go. And one. Can't turn it down. Jesus. Hold on. Game, can you not? Open volume mixer. Jeez. It won't even go down. Gosh, sorry about the volume. Hey, old man. Hey, you. How you doing? Fine, I guess. That's good, I think. Yeah, I think so. Why is this so awkward? I've never had to do this before. Not even as the one who's got to sweep up the mess afterwards. Not like this, no. Gotta say, I'm a little surprised. Life has a way of taking you for a loop like that. Let me... Okay. Now it's back up. It was extremely loud. So, are you gonna? No, not yet. Let's sit for a few moments. It won't hurt. Sure. I'm sorry if this is kind of weird, but I can't get over this one thing. I'm here, sitting right here, but I'm also over there. You know? Feeling a little conflicted about it? Definitely. So you could say you're of two minds about it. I'm not gonna dignify that with a laugh. Can't say I didn't try. But seriously, that's my grave. My body's right there. How weird is that? It is pretty weird, yeah. I don't feel quite as weird as I did when I was helping you bury it, though. Fair. Grave digging. All the manual labor of gardening with none of the rewards. You don't reckon I'm gonna grow into a beautiful tree? Buddy, you've already a wise old oak. Dead wise old oak. Struck by lightning, yeah? So you don't think anything's gonna grow out of me? Not unless you swallowed a bunch of seeds without me noticing. Afraid not. I don't really know what you're meant to do when you're about to pass on. I'm not prepared at all. Am I meant to be doing some extra self-care or something? You're better at that stuff than I am. Yeah, man. Get yourself a bath bomb, light some candles, charcoal face mask. The whole shebang. Is that supposed to sound appealing? Yep. God, I'm out of touch. I made a bath bomb once, but it flattened a city block. And then some. Goodness, you're such a hellion. That's why I took you in. Because I saw that attitude in you too. Bomb-making revolutionary? No, you're a born pioneer. When you put your mind to something, you never stop pursuing it until you get it done, or kill yourself in the process. Huh. I'll try to avoid getting into the habit of assembling bombs then. Don't get me wrong though, the bath bomb in question was definitely meant to be that sort that smells nice. For real. It was just a little bit too fragrant in the end. Amazing. That aside, I think it's hard to mess up lighting some candles. Probably. You think I just carry essential candles with me wherever I go? Yes? I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't have any. Damn it. Tell me you've got some downstairs at least. Yeah, but I'm not going back to get them. No, that's fine. After I'm gone. Put a few around maybe to remember me. I'll light them up for all you. Don't you worry. Cafe's gonna stink of chamomile for weeks. That's perfect. Now, I think it's about time. What do you think? This one's your call. As it should have been the whole time. Come on, well, let's go have a look at your work, eh? It was always about time. It's very minimalist. I like it. Hush, you. Ah, the dramatic reveal. Very swish. Can't write history till it's happened. No, I suppose not. What's this written down here? Maddie, did you put poetry on my headstone? Give it a read. We see but dimly through the mist and vapors. Amid these earthly damps, what seems to us but sad funeral tapers, maybe heaven's distant lamps. That's comforting. Chin up, old friend. It's just another step. We gotta keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter where we're going. You told me, back when I was a pressed mess who wandered in here looking to hide from everything. Throwing my own advice back at me. You monster. Heh. I guess I should stop dawdling anyhow. You do you. I feel guilty for swinging back and forth on you. Being anxious, then eager, and scared, and brave. It's cool. I'm not gonna have a go at you for it. And you have every right to feel complex feelings about this specific, very scary thing. Thank you. But I can't do this. I can't stand here making you wonder if I'm gonna do it or not. I need to do it now, or I'll never leave. Maddie, It's okay, mate. Take a deep breath, take it in, let it all out. Okay. Alright. Maddie? Yeah? You got this. We'll see each other again. Whew. That was... got me a little emotional there. Just gonna enjoy the credit music for a second while I take it in. Sorry, I often find myself... Oh, is there more? A few days later, 2 p.m., the terminal. All done. Looks pretty good. It's got the right number of legs and everything. And 50% less homicidal impulses. I think. We're still aiming for 100% less, right? Sure, I guess. Well, it's progress, I suppose. Maddie? Yeah? Why is the ground outside on fire? Oh, brother. Hey, is that... You ready? Yeah. Shh. Wretched, isn't it? You know what this place needs, pal? Tell him. What? I don't actually know what this place needs. I was hoping I've had thought of something by now. You guys done? I guess. Great. You better pick up that cigarette, Kishan. Wow, I will. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. That was a cute tough guy act you two had going there. Yeah? Very convincing. Eh. And enforcers required to be imposing. It's in the job description. Oh no, don't fire me! He's not gonna fire you. He's too much of a big softy for that. I am not a softy. Sure you aren't. You're basically a giant teddy bear with a metal hat. Hey, hold on. You joined the council, Kishan? Yeah, actually... You're not gonna tell her now, are you? Huh? I thought we were gonna do a little build-up. Tell me what? Oh, Too much pressure? Tell me, you weasel. Don't be rude. Necrobaristas are required to be mean to council staff. It's in the job description. He's done a good thing for you, you ought to know. Oh, well, in that case... What's up, bud? Come on. I can't handle the suspense. Well, last night we ended up in the archives. The council archives. Kishan went in with a particular goal and dragged me along. Hey, you didn't protest that much. Anyway, you might want to sit down for this. Well, okay. I managed to wipe your debt. Is this a bad practical joke? No, he's telling the truth. Turns out that there's some old bylaws that have loopholes and, well, you're not going to believe this, but the council disallows payment of debt in a bunch of weird ways. Or allows payment of debt in a bunch of weird ways. Yeah, we really ought to fix that. And one of those ways is through a voluntary sacrifice of a soul. Wait, what? So I was able to sacrifice myself by joining the council and wiped your outstanding debts at the same time. Well, that's silly. Huh? So you guys get to do as much human sacrifice as you like, but as soon as I'm doing it, I'm a menace and upsetting the natural order? Maddie. Yes, Nutty dearest? Pull your head in. You're right, I apologize. Keyshawn, you didn't just do this for me, did you? Are you sure you're okay with this? No, I promise this is fine. I wanted to stay. I was way too afraid to pass on. And I thought the council was interesting, and I wanted to learn more about it. Ned might have talked me into it a little bit, but I absolutely promised that I didn't feel pressured into it. I made this decision on my own. I don't know what to say. Just consider it me repaying the kindness I was shown when I walked in. I was really freaked out, and you all helped a lot with that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, we're gonna be okay? As long as you stay on the straight and narrow from now on, yes. Cool! I reckon you'll be able to do that, Maddie? Yeah, I'll do my best. No more illegal rituals? No more illegal rituals. Promise. I'll stick to the legal stuff for as long as I can. I suppose that'll have to do. I understand that you're somewhat of a stuck record in this regard, and I'm trying to make my peace with that. Aw, look at you two, making friends. Wholesome. Please, just try and keep your head down. I will, yeah. It's gonna be hard to cause too much trouble if you keep raiding my suppliers anyway. Sorry, just doing my job. Yeah, can't fault you for that. Anyhow, I am afraid we've places to be. So soon? You only just got here. I told you we were only popping in for 5 minutes. We've got paperwork to do. Ugh, responsibilities. Catch you two later. Thanks again. I appreciate it a lot. You're welcome. Anytime. Ugh, I'm gonna have to scrub those off. Are we gonna do it now? Nah, I'll do it later. Right now, though, everything's pretty calm, so I was thinking we might close up early. Damn it, what is it now? Oi! You better clean that up, you little monster. Is it trying to tell us something? Hey, watch it. It's a plant? What's with the envelope? Smells nice. What's the card say? It's from Shay. Time for regrets and apologies is long past. All we can do is look forward to the future with a smile on our faces. Don't obsess over what could have been, please. I know you're gonna do great things, and you don't need my help for that. This is my last gift to you, my apprentice. You kept saying you needed this, so I went out and got it. I think that even though some people claim to be ready for what lies next, everyone wants a little more time. Shay. Hey, are you okay? That bastard couldn't resist playing one last joke on us, could he? I'm okay. Seriously, a pun, and I can't even give him a withering look in response. I mean, he was just quoting you, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Let's go hang this up. I know it's just us two now, but I think he'll always be here in some form, right? I think so, yeah. We can't get rid of him that easily. Alright, let's close up. What are we gonna do? I was thinking of heading to the hardware store. Everyone keeps saying we need more plants here. Why stop at one? Oh. So we can't click continue. Where is it taking us? I didn't even give the game time to react to that. I just clicked it. I don't know if there's something more. We're just gonna head back to the credits. Why stop at one? Or is that gonna take us back to the screen? Okay. I was like, is there more I don't know about? So that was Necrobarista. I hope you all enjoyed it. I really liked it. There's a couple characters we didn't see, but I don't know about that. I'll leave that mystery up to you if you want to play it yourself, because I'm not quite sure. So, was a short stream today, but I didn't expect the game to end that quickly, but here we are. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, I hope you enjoyed the game. Tomorrow and Friday at 2 p.m. I'm going to be streaming more Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke Challenge. And on Thursday, we are going to be finishing up Arcade Spirits. That's going to start at 2 p.m. and it's going to be an extra long stream. Since I've played that game before, I know it's going to be a longer ending, so if you would like to vote on what game will replace Arcade Spirits after we finish, you can go down below. I haven't decided what I'm going to play on Tuesdays yet. My plan has been the World of Horror update, but that has not come out yet, and it's been a few months, so I will be playing that at Tuesday on some point, or at some point. On Tuesday at some point, but otherwise, I don't know what's going to be on Tuesdays. I'll figure it out, and I'll post it in my Discord, which we now have an Outlaw Princess Streams Discord if you'd like to join. You can find that in my About section, as well as the poll. If you're watching this on YouTube, maybe, you can go to my Twitch page in the description and go to the About section to find out what I'm talking about. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a nice day and week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!